I've been testing out a lot of different microphones for some time, but I never really took a look at JLab's offerings, and so far, I actually have my eyes on two of their microphones. But for now, we're actually going to be taking a look at their $50 JLab Talk Go. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
Before we continue, I just wanted to remind you that we have a Twitch channel where we stream every Friday and Saturday from 8 p.m. and to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so why not go ahead and drop a follow? And also don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and also make sure to check out the merch store. There's plenty of black and white sweetness to choose from up there, so go ahead and check that out. And then make sure to take a look at the podcast as well, as the podcast always goes live every Wednesday and Sunday. And with that said, enough rambling, let us get straight into the video.
And now here's a quick disclaimer. I will be recording this entire review with the JLab Talk Go so that you can get a pretty good feel for what it's like to use this microphone for content creation. I'm also going to be streaming with it tonight so that you can get a good listen for how this microphone would sound like for streaming, so do make sure to stop by my Twitch tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Links are going to be down in the description. So let's go ahead and start off with an unboxing. It is going to be a very nice product to unbox for sure. So go ahead and remove the tape from the top and then bottom and slide out the box. You will find instructions, but beyond that, you're going to find the microphone itself, the heavy duty stand, and the USB-C cable for power inside of this other box. The presentation is going to be really nice here. The exterior design consists of metal and plastic, as this microphone does have a very particular design to it, but it is very nice in my opinion. It's certainly very unique with a cool capsule-esque design and a built-in pop filter that you're going to see through the mesh. It's going to be that blue foam around it. That does look pretty good. Now on the bottom there's going to be an LED light that lights up in red when muted, blue when in the cardioid setting and going, green when in the omnidirectional setting and going, and a mute switch, USB-C port, a headphone gain knob, and a microphone jack for monitoring as well. And now this right here is going to be a cardioid condenser microphone with a frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, so the full range. Two pickup patterns of cardioid and omnidirectional, though we've actually been recording in the cardioid setting this whole time, and that's how we're going to keep it. So this is going to be the sound test, where we actually take a look at how this microphone sounds by itself. I've actually been recording this entire review, as you already know, with this microphone, but this time it'll be in complete silence, so no background music. I ran this test in two different places, one right by my noisy computer with it under my desk, and another right here in the fully sound-treated studio that you see here with the phone behind me, the phone on top of me, so pretty much all covered up. And the only thing making noise here is really just going to be my laptop right in front of me that is recording this whole thing. This microphone sounds pretty good, even from this distance, which I'd argue is probably the most optimal spot for it to be used. However, even though in a room like this it won't capture a ton of outside noise, this is still a condenser microphone, and it will capture your computer fans, for instance, if you have one close enough or something like that. This microphone does not have a very good sound rejection at all. From my experience, at least, I have not been experiencing that by any stretch of the imagination, and will easily capture what's around you, even if it's, a little bit distant. But if it's just a little bit loud, it is going to capture it for sure. However, if you use this microphone with, let's say, music in the background, then most people probably aren't going to hear it if you wanted this for streaming or content creation per se. But if you're going to use this microphone, I would still do something about the noise, because it is going to capture quite a bit of it. This is a very powerful microphone, I guess, for lack of better words. However, I do think that it captures my voice pretty well and does really well when it comes to avoiding plosives and things like that. And now, one of my favorite categories, I have to give this microphone credit here too, because the audio monitoring experience is actually really good. The monitoring sounds pretty close to reality, or to what you will hear back into your headphones after recording, which is honestly great. You usually don't expect that out of a $50 microphone, let alone having a headphone jack at all. So I'm honestly very impressed with its performance here, and what you hear is exactly what you'll be getting, which is pretty great. And now let's go ahead and talk about some of my complaints here, because I do actually have some. And I will be pretty harsh this time, even if it is just a $50 microphone, after all. It comes with a high quality stand, since it's heavy and built well, but it only really supports one position, since it just won't stay in any other position, so the legs do seem to be a little bit weak for a microphone that is this absurdly light, which is just pretty strange in my opinion. I don't get at all why pressing the mute switch won't just mute your mic entirely, but it only mutes it in recording, but you can still hear yourself and everything even after pressing it, which is kind of annoying in monitoring. And you won't really know that this microphone is muted until you actually look at the wavelength, which is kind of strange. Also, this microphone picks up a lot more outside noise than expected. The Siren Mini rejects noise better, and for $10 more, the Solocast definitely does an even better job here too. But this microphone does feel like it goes out of its way to do this, and that's a shame considering that the way it picks up my voice is actually pretty good. I just don't like the way that it tries so hard to capture noise from pretty much everywhere, even in the cardioid setting. And I would say that the sound quality overall when it comes to the capturing of your voice is going to be about the same as the Razer Siren Mini, which is still honestly very impressive considering that this microphone has a lot more features that microphone is lacking. So in conclusion, I know that I was harsh on this microphone, but I think it does deserve it. This microphone does offer a lot of great things for $50, things like a headphone jack for monitoring, an accurate monitoring experience too, a USB-C port for power, good LED indicators as well that do work quite well, a headphone gain knob, a nice build for what it is, and a great design overall, as well as potentially great sound too. However, the stand kind of sucks in my opinion, and honestly, this microphone has a bad habit of picking up way too much noise, and quite loudly in fact. So unless you're in like a sound treated room like this, I probably wouldn't recommend going with this microphone because it might be more of a hassle than it's actually worth. However, if you happen to be in a well sound treated room, then I think that you are going to like this microphone quite a bit, since you actually do get to enjoy the sound and crispness of this microphone overall, as the pickup of your voice will sound pretty good for just $50. But if you don't have a sound treated room or a room with little noise going on in it, then sadly this microphone is probably going to mess up your audio a little bit too easily. It's going to seep through the final recording, and you just don't want that. So with that said, I can't recommend this to everybody. In that case, if you're that person who does need something that has better sound rejection, get the Siren Mini, or even better, get the Solocast that for $10 more has better sound and better sound rejection overall. But if you work in a pretty quiet or silent environment, then this microphone is going to be pretty great, just considering that this microphone has features that those other microphones are lacking, and that's one of the reasons why I still really like it. It just kind of misses out on that issue that I have with it regarding it absorbing so much noise, but yeah, that's essentially my verdict. However, if you are interested in purchasing this microphone, then I'll be making sure to leave affiliate links down to Amazon in the description, and also you're going to find links to Luster in case you're trying to find sales on any kind of microphones, or just to see if Luster recommends any other microphones. Or for this one, it's kind of going to give you like a hierarchy of what microphones might be the best ones in comparison to this one. So links to that are going to be down below, and it's also great for helping you find sales, just like I said a little bit earlier. So I do recommend that you go ahead and use that. It'll be super helpful. Also, there's ABUNDA if you would rather just pay for this little by little, just go ahead and finance it. Then I'm going to be leaving links to that down below as well. Use any of my links, it'll be super helpful. Also, don't forget that I will be streaming with this microphone tonight. It is going to be like about a 2-hour stream, so do make sure to stop by. It is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Link to my Twitch down below. Also, do make sure to follow us on the Discord channel as well, and do make sure to stop by my other social media like my Instagram and my Twitter. But with that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.